Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome to One for All is Love, the Daily Dose with Sonya Spirit, and I am Sonya Spirit. Anyway, today is a beautiful Thursday, December 3rd, 2020. So today is a one energy day. Okay, all right, today's topic is the duality and polarity in man. Okay. And why is this important? Because we need to understand ourselves. We need to understand how we work, how we function, and how we fit into this energetic matrix that is invisible to us, but we are certainly a part of. Okay. Everything is related, everything is connected, and so is our energy. Okay. We are plugged into as well. Now, whether or not we're cognizant of that is a whole different story. Good morning, my daughter, and welcome. So, with duality and polarity, so first of all, I just want to kind of go over the universal laws. There are seven primary universal laws. The first three are immutable, which means they cannot be changed. And what I actually say about them is they apply. They cannot be a change. They cannot be changed because they also apply to the absolute. Okay, number one is the all is mind. Okay, everything is consciousness. Number two, the law of correspondence, as above, so below, as within, so without. And number three is that the law of vibration, everything moves, nothing rests. Even when it appears to be still, it is still vibrating. It's just vibrating at such a low or high frequency, it appears not to be moving. Okay. Now, and that's all applies to spirit, period. All spirit, anything that has spirit in it. Okay. Now, to what degree of consciousness depends on what it is, what the creation is. Of course, man is, to the best of our knowledge, to the best of our knowledge, I'm not sure I fully agree with that, but it's, at least in our mind, we think we are the most, not elevated, but in terms of physical beings, you get it. The most advanced. Again, like I said, I disagree. It's just what we're willing to accept. But compared to trees and rocks and grasshoppers, yes, we are more advanced. However, I don't think we are the ceiling of intelligent creatures that God has created and that still exists. Have I met any? No, but if I do, I'd be open and receptive. How about that? Okay, getting back to the duality and polarity of men. So law number four, actually, universal law number four, actually is the law of polarity. And let's talk about what that means, because a lot of people understand that there is a law of polarity, but is not sure what that law means. So the law of polarity, in its most simplistic form, is the theory that everything in the universe, and I don't want to say theory because it's the law that everything in the universe, because I'm reading something, is the law that everything in the universe has a dual nature. Things that are seemingly opposite, such as love, hate, are actually two sides of the same coin. Okay, so basically it is for man. Okay, for man, this applies to man. Because number 4 through 7 are what we call mutable laws, which means they can be manipulated. Okay. And they can be manipulated by man because, see, God doesn't need to manipulate. God is God. So if anybody's manipulating energies, it would be man or other entities, anyway. But the law of polarity, okay, and so 4, 5, and 6, 4, 5, 6, and 7. 4 is the law of polarity. 5 is the law of rhythm. So it's how your energy moves. It moves in cycles. It moves in seasons. It swings back and forth. And it kind of ties into the law of polarity. Number 6 is cause and effect. It already is dual. It tells you that there's two components to this law, the cause and the effect, the creation and the manifestation. That's exactly what they're talking about. and we have that power within us. Okay, and then number 7 is also apparent that there is polarity and duality because it's the law of gender, which basically states that for man, okay, in the world of man, it is there are two types of energies, okay, or two types of forces, and that's male energy and female energy. And the easiest example that we can use is the fact that it takes a man and a woman to reproduce a human, okay, um, in its most basic form. We'll leave it at that. I'm not trying to get into a whole lot of social constructs right now. Um, So, and all of this, of course, applies to man. Now, the polarity. So there's polarity and duality in man. Okay. Now, with respect to polarity as well, it states that everything has an opposite. Okay. So, and that's what you have to bear in mind because we have the ability to control our polarities. Okay. So, and some examples of polarities is just examples happiness and sadness. What else? Oh, love and hate, uh, masculine and feminine, pride and humility, creation and destruction. So this is duality, okay, or polarity. Certainly polarity. So on one end you have happiness, on the other end you have sadness, and you can control how you feel through your mind. This is the power of God. Okay, this isn't, if you're looking for something bewitched, magical, that's not it, but you still have the power and the magic within you. You just got to apply it. So when you're feeling sad, you can change the way you feel through your thoughts. Okay. All you have to do is think of something that makes you happy. If you're grieving the loss of someone, yes, the loss, they're gone. There's a loss. But most people start to shift and start thinking about, hey, the good times we had together. Yes, they're not here because everything comes to an end, creation and destruction. Okay. Remember, energy is neither created nor destroyed. So to make something new, to create, we have to recycle energy. And in order to recycle energy, something that no longer serves its purpose must now disintegrate or be destroyed so that we can recycle and reuse that energy. Think of garbage. And most countries, when I lived in South Korea, there is a recycle bin. It's not optional like it is in the US, okay? There is a recycle bin. Actually, there are several recycle bins. There's one for food, there's one for plastic, one for glass. But my point is, that waste, garbage, is destroyed and recycled and transformed into something useful and purposeful for man. Okay, that's duality. All right, pride and humility. Pride comes before the fall. I've had this conversation about pride. Pride, listen, people, the bumper stick, pride, all you're doing is saying, hey, look at me, I'm worthy, I'm worthy. Who are you doing it for? Because God is within. So you don't have to do all the shouting and posting stickers and stuff on the wall and screaming and shout, look at me, look at me. Now, I know I'm going to offend a lot of people just because that's what Facebook is all about. That's what social media is all about. Hey, look at me, look at me. I'm smart, I'm clever, I'm busy, I'm productive, I'm this, I'm that. And you could probably say the same about me producing this video. Hey, don't be hypocritical. You're also engaging. You're right. I'm engaging as well. Okay. But I'm just telling you, be mindful. Okay. Because this is just a tool. How you use the tool, back to the credit card, you can use it to jimmy into somebody's house and kill them in their sleep, or you can use it to charge a wedding, a most festive event. It is the activity, the intention behind the tool. Something tells me I'm not going to have a lot of time to finish this topic because it is so good. The universe gave it to me this morning, so I'm going to have to continue on it. But so anyway, what we have to remember is the duality of nature. Good morning, Mumsy. Oh, I got us got some live folks on here today. Thank you, family, for being so supportive. So, what we have to bear in mind is that part of our dual nature, okay? I've talked about the polarity, and that's the energies shifting, okay? And we are an authority. I don't want to say we can control it because controlling it is holding something in place, and it's almost like concretizing it or solidifying it. Okay. And that's not healthy either. Think of hoarding. What people are doing is holding on to something for an unnatural period of time. And over time, it turns into an energetic disease. Okay. It's like when we hold on to anger within our being, that anger over time transforms into a disease, whether it's cancer or whatever it is. Okay. So that you have to bear that in mind. Possessing and holding things, even though the whole purpose for possessing and holding is to enjoy it. But after a time, we don't enjoy it. We just own it. We just holding it. We just have it. We're not really enjoying it anymore. That's why I think of breath. Air doesn't come into your lungs and stay. It has to be exhaled. And then you inhale new fresh air. It's with everything. Okay, I don't want to harp on that. But I did want to bring this up, and maybe this is not the appropriate time. Well, it is, but I'm going too far or too long. But the duality of man, and man has a dual nature as well. The duality of man is both consciousness and the physical being. Okay? The consciousness, and the consciousness, there is also, once again, there's another dual component. In order to create it, it calls for both our conscious and our subconscious, okay? Our thinking energy and our emotional energy, okay? That's how we create. But the duality of man is creating, or consciousness, and experiencing it, which includes, processing your five senses. But we are a dual creature. We are not just physical. We have our physical component, but we have identified with the physical component. That is not all that we are. Okay, God is not arms and legs. If we are in the image and likeness of God, when have you saw God with arms and legs other than through the expression of man and its creations? Okay, no, the likeness and the likeness of God is our energy. Okay, our consciousness, our energy, our ability to create. Now, God experiences through us because that's the purpose of the physical body. All right. I am going to have to continue this conversation because I haven't touched on cause and effect, which is part of the duality of nature, the law of gender. But the name of the game, folks, is balance. And how do you know if you are balanced? These are a couple of things that I use for myself. And now, two tricks. One is when I watch the news, do I become angry? Do I react because this information is resonating with me the wrong way? It's creating friction. It's antagonizing me. Okay, that means my pendulum has swung to anger versus to neutral versus being happy or joyous. Okay, so if you can watch the news and not be affected by all the nonsense that you hear, or I don't even want to say nonsense, however the news is delivered, okay, if you can watch it and not be affected, you're working on your balance. Or if you can see improvements in your emotions or feelings when you're watching the news, then then you're working towards your balance. Now, I've seen improvements watching the news. Just recently, I've applied this to something much more lighter: watching your favorite team in sports. Can you watch your favorite team in sports and not root for them to win and not antagonize their opposing team, sending out negative energy? That's a part of balance. And that one is not as extreme as the news, or as negative as the news. But and that, that's a lot of energy when you're supporting your team. So that's another way of finding out, hey, how balanced am I? If you're the authority over your energy, when you are watching things that are designed to poke your energy or to stimulate your energy, particularly to a polarized side, because news is designed to polarize you. You think it's supposed to be informative, it's not. Um, it's an emotional or energetic manipulation. All right, that's all I have. 15 minutes. I will finish this conversation tomorrow. Hopefully, the universe will have some more to share with me so I can share with you. Um, enjoy your Thursday. Thirsty. Enjoy your Thursday. Have a great day. I love you. Mwah. Goodbye.